traders, what's up, what's up? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back to another live session. Hope you guys are feeling well, hope you guys are doing good. We had a bit of a crazy day in the markets yesterday, but I hope you guys were able to stay calm, right? We understand that this is a long-term bull market, but we'll see the drawdowns and the pullbacks from time to time. I would say there's nothing to worry about, but I'm just some guy on YouTube, right? At the end of the day, we got to all do our own research and do what's best for us. But for me, a day like yesterday, no problem. Especially when these stronger companies are doing what they're supposed to do. Nothing more than a buying opportunity for the pastor, who will be watching for a longer term play here over the next few days. But I'm hoping for some more pullback, hopefully. Hoping. I got my target prices aligned for these large cap stocks. So anyhow, coming back into the small cap land, we got a couple of stocks that are moving today. We can check out the watch list here. But before we do, just remember our quick disclaimer on YouTube, right? Remember that day trading is risky business. A lot of people out there are having a hard time. So you got to be careful. You got to take it slow. And do not overdo it in the beginning, all right? In any new field that you go into, any new industry, there's going to be a learning curve. There's going to be a period in time where you have to gain the necessary skills and experience. Only after you do that and prove that you're good at that new job or career, or in this case trading, do you want to really expose yourself to a lot of risk. Doesn't make sense to do it in the beginning. If we really sit down and think about a business plan, it just makes so much sense to go slow first. So that's what I encourage everyone here to do, not only the MMU students, but also in the broader community here on YouTube, all right? YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Other than that, remember, copy trading does not work. It's about learning the style, which takes months or more commonly years. And lastly, be careful of fake accounts, all right? I do not invest for my followers. So be careful of fake accounts. I will never message you first randomly for no good reason. Now let's jump into the watch list. So TENX is the main stock that I have here. There's also LYT. Actually, LYT actually has a higher percentage gainer. LYT, TENX. And I do have cheaper stock XPON, but I might not put too much of my focus there. These are the top 3, but more so top 2. I gotta check out Marcelo's and Tim's watch list to see if they're watching any of the expensive stocks. They might keep an eye on Tesla and Nvidia again here today. You guys know that I for some people might remember, some might not, but I was talking about Tesla a while back. The 150 to 250 range. Now I have another target on a different stock from my source. So we'll see. We'll see how these things play out. And of course, even for me, I have to do my own research as well, right? There is no such thing as copying anybody. You have to make sure that you yourself do the research, all right? You have to do the research, because when it comes time to take accountability, you got to be able to look at yourself first and say, you know what, I kind of botched this up, right? So here's the watch list for the small cap land. I'm on a 3 red day streak. It's time for me to get green. I've had enough of red. I've paid my dues. So I'm looking forward to being rewarded today. Yesterday wasn't bad. If you guys saw the recap, it was a bit of a close day, but we did have some complications with the broker stuff, the lag, things like that. But MOGL, I thought that there might have been enough right there to get green. So today we gotta really try to lock in here. All right. So TENX, how are we doing? We got highs at 558. And honestly, it might be looking the best here so far. Lows around 488, right around the VWAP level. That gives me a bit of a range. I'm seeing on the daily chart that the 200 EMA is all the way up at 2075. 2075. So ways away. So I'm going to have to zoom in some more to see if there's any other levels. I mean, if this goes to $20 today, I mean, wow, right? We know for sure it'll be a crazy active day, but that's way out there. So let's see. If I zoom in a little bit to ENX, so we had the sell-off going back around February where we were trading around $8, right? We dropped down. The high of that gap down was 560. And from then we pushed up and we had 517 for high. So 560, which is right above our pre-market high here. It's going to be interesting. It doesn't seem like we had too much resistance around 517. So I'll be keeping an eye out for the pre-market high. If we get up to that level, if it has too much resistance, I might just want to ease off completely, let it get above the resistance. Can that resistance become support? All right. So I want to be careful if this comes up closer to 45.50. If it's not super strong, like the breakout looking like it's going to work immediately, I want to just give it a sec. Make sure I'm not taking too many trades at the highs and having those paper cuts. Especially if there's a spread. Because, even yesterday, that's part of the reason why we ended red. Trying for the breakouts a little too many times. And then, the spread catching us in at 18, right? In at 518, coming out at 514, right? Those 4 or 5 cents, they add up very quickly over time. So TENX looks decent. Right now it's up 71% with 12 million shares of volume. So moving on to the next stock, we have LYT, which I believe we traded already at least once this year. LYT sounds familiar. So pre-market high here, clocking in at 328. Low of the pullback at 264. Okay. All right. Checking the daily chart here. Looks like I have a ton of trend lines. I'm going to clear some of this up. All the intraday levels I'll remove. So we definitely traded this one, right? I have a ton of trend lines here. So I'm seeing that the 200 EMA is at 1314 on the daily chart. $13.14 on the daily chart for the 200 EMA. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. Actually, I'm going to look at it on E-Trade, LYT. So going back to March 7th, and even around this range. You know what? I don't think I turned on my screen recording. Did that alarm even go off? Am I going crazy? Let me turn on my screen recording here. That is the 2-minute warning. Yeah, I don't think that alarm went off. That's strange. Anyhow, make sure your screen recordings are turned on. So coming back to the daily chart, $8.50, $9. Let's see where we are. Where are we right now? We're not close to those levels, at least not yet. So okay, and we're at 328 for the pre-market highs. Can we get to $5? So I'd say minimal resistance to at least $5. Yeah, we will see if it's to get over that. Then 859. We have a lot of topping wicks going back to like February, January, and March of this year, in that range. So that's my top two. XPON again. Maybe I might not even touch this one. It doesn't look great. It's up 38% or now 25%, but I'll leave this one alone. So in terms of my plan, right, my course of action, I do have my bullet points still written down here. All the usuals, right? I want to be aggressive towards all good opportunities. I want to pace myself throughout the day, longevity wise. I don't want to just max loss the first second of the day. Other than that, I don't want to let the trades go against me. I want to cut the losses quickly. I want to size up if it makes sense. And I want to avoid stocks that are not strong for the style of trade that I like and my strategy. Right? Other than that, if I do miss a breakout, I want to stay on the offensive as long as it makes sense to, and not let the trade go without me. I'll watch TENX here. Let's see how it does. There's a small spread here to start. There's a small spread. But break of 5 could be interesting. Let's see how the dip does. I'm going to take that dip. Can we see over 5? It's holding. I'm going to give it a chance. Can we keep holding here? There's 509. Adding back small size. Average is 91. Can we get back over 5? Seems to be struggling a little bit. It held up 83 again right there. That's good. Can we get back over 5? It broke down only to 78. So it's like there's not a lot of selling down there. Can we get back over 5 though? That's what I want to see here. If not, I'm gonna keep it tight. So maybe I should have took my 5 cents there. SMX. And now there's a seller, so it might come down. SMX, let's see. Alted up early. Appreciate SF as always, man, with the sweet callouts. And this one is up 58%. So TENX, still fighting here. It's made its way back up to 5. Not bad, not bad. Spreads are nasty. That should have been a 15-cent win. Should have sold the ask. The bids are stayed at 5 and the ask price is 5.15. It might go, but slowly it seems like. It's not going to be that immediate move. Seems like it might be more of a gradual. It's coming down. We would wanted to see the reclaim back over 5. The dip to 68. Seems like it's still dipping. Red $40 there, but it, again, the way how I traded, it felt like I should be up like 400 or 500. That move through 510, like a little disappointing. The bid's just lagging. So SMX at 36.29. We got about 3 minutes. VSEE. How's the volume here? This one on E-Trade. VSEE. Definitely a pretty bullish candlestick. If there's a solid pullback, I can take it. What was the high? 75. Okay, I'm moving a little too slow here. 53 for those lows. Watching to hit the bid if we can see sub 50. If not, I think I'll let it go because the breakout trade might be too risky. And it's not dipping. How's the breakout trade gonna look here? Watching VSEE. Up 36%, 3 million shares of volume. It's trying for the breakout. There's a bid there, just 7,000 though. They're gonna go. And it's kind of struggling. Come on, come on. Dip, 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 dip. Come on down like the price is right. Okay. It's holding high 50s. 58, 59, 56. Not in. It's trying 75 again. If I see a massive bid, I'd of course take it here, but I think it's a little risky. Resumption 36.29. It's coming up in less than 30 seconds. And I'm kind of missing my trade at far at below 50. Resumption is coming up. Got 516. Here we go. I'm not going to show it on YouTube because it's on the other screen. What's it going to be? Can we get a dip? There's a dip, but the spreads are massive. I'm not going to jump in. It's going to be decent, but the spreads were too big there. I'm going to leave it alone. Looks like the trade might have came and went. Decent opportunity. VSEE, how are we going to do here? Can we continue to hold above this level? It needs to be instant here. There's a bid. I'm going to give it another shot. Well, that was a quick drop. 61 for the low there. Are we failing or can we try again through 70? Waiting. Tight stop. Can we not drop as fast as we did last time? Okay, 60 on the bids. Failed high of day breakout here. Again, the resumption trade wasn't bad, but there was a massive spread. Couldn't take the chance of getting filled on the ask. Would have been a little too risky. The SEE 70, 75 was that resistance. We're lingering right below the resistance here, 65. I think I'm going to ease off. It seems a little weaker. So I'm going to ease off. SMX is halting down. Yes, sir. SF, I'm on it. Doing that rotation there. So high of day was around 63 or 60, somewhere there. We had 77. All these facial expressions. Can we see a dip here? I'd love to see a proper dip here. Well, this is dipping to oblivion. Not what I want to see. Weakness, selling off. No good. Definitely not good. Still dipping. Jeez. The halt down's at 202. Low right there was 23. Okay, that was brutal. And I just sized up thinking it was looking decent too. Tried for 55, but back out. Tried for 45. Still no good. VSEE is back at 75. SMX halted down. So despite, I mean, we're not really red or anything, but despite looking to, get green here early, seeing some turbulence. VSEE having some trouble. Can we get through 75 this time? It's definitely done well at the lows here, though, for sure. I was a little reluctant to take 56 earlier, wanting to see a little bit more of a pullback. But that selling pressure stalling out in that range. How's it going to do over 75 here? Maybe I should have left my order open, but only filling 170 shares. Not great. My aim is high 80s here, 90s if possible. And there's a spread. This thing better not flush out here, because if it does, 65. Can we see that bounce back? And it's fighting, it's fighting, it's fighting, it's fighting. To the depths. Disappointing. Are we seeing a 5-minute pullback? I'd say so. Right after the new breakout, not ideal. Chop City. It might actually come all the way down here. 43. Looks like this one is selling off too. If it doesn't hold here, Titanic disaster. Looks like a lot of the good trades just came in 56 earlier. That dip down to 56. That dip down to 56, pretty good early. I mean, we had 4 times down there. Notice the first one didn't take it. Opportunity's gonna cost like the other 2 times. 4th time, just a little too skeptical. So on the sidelines, nothing moving up, nothing trending up. VSCE in the depths, LYT also in the depths, SMX no good, XPON no good. Everything trending down and pulling back. We're also not really seeing any inclines. It's like if we do see an incline, we're kind of a little late to the show. Ideally, we want to trade the incline to have a better gauge for the consolidation. LUMN. Is this halted up? Oh no, not quite. What's the float on this one? This one looks like it has a higher float. LUMN. I can double check here. Percentage 60. Float is coming in at 99. Oh, no. 900. Yeah, I'm not touching this. Float is a little too high. It's like you look at the level 2, it just seems like thicker. Maybe it does have opportunities though. Waiting patiently for something to hit the scans. TNX, you know, are we on to something here? TENX. We'll see if this one is able to curl up over the next 5-10 minutes. LUMN, I'm still keeping an eye. Despite the high float, I want to see if it's able to move like a low float. Right now it does seem a little active, which I like. So I'm still keeping an eye on the level 2 here. Because as long as it can move like a low float, that's what really matters. Pull back to VWAP. Below high of day, not so good. Or LUMN. LUMN. Sounds like I'm saying my ABCs here. And this house that I bought here, man. Oh, let me not say that I bought, but this house that we bought is it's like a disaster, I tell you. Newly advertised as newly renovated. 1 week in, your basement is flooding. The floors are cracking. It's like, come on. I think I said this. I think I might have said this before, but the guy next door, like he bought like a year later, so you know he had to pay the higher price, and it's like turns on the radiator, and the entire house starts to shake. I'm surprised that there's no like clause, and there might be, but that allows you to sue these people like easily for like misrepresentation. It seems like you're buying as is, but you know it's being advertised as like newly renovated or remodeled, and sometimes even brand new constructions are having trouble. Floorboards, roofing, siding. Before you know it, you're doing all the work that the builder was supposed to do. It's kind of crazy. We had like 3 neighbors do the same thing. But for those of you in the Discord, if you hear the floorboard, that's what that is, right? On the YouTube side, the mic is so muffled that I doubt that type of sound can like come through. The other day, I'm even screwing the door with WD, right? The hinges. But anyhow, bringing it back to the technicals. There's not much moving, so I want to slow down some more. I'm gonna size down a bit. I already had small size of just 1,500 to 2K, and still managed to lose a couple $100. So dropping down to just 500 shares. Yesterday we did fall victim to trying to trade UVXY. Today we're not even gonna bother with that. If nothing comes up in the next 30 minutes, I'm out of here. And tomorrow I'll just size down even like way more below base size. That way if I'm red tomorrow, I'm red $200 max. Once the momentum rolls around, one green day takes care of these losses, and then back to business. The last thing you want to do is increase the share size as it's not working, because then you'll just end up more red faster. TENX around the 450 area. Definitely seems like it could be interesting here. $49. Can we hold? Try again. A little lower. No bueno. No bueno here. Let me zoom in on this side. There's a 10,000 share bid there, but selling pressure coming in. Let's see how the dip does. 33. Can we hold the line and see 45 again here? If it takes the new low, I'll try again. But I want to see it tight. And 30. Great fill. Can we see something? These stocks, I tell you, man. What is this madness? Not the breakout, not the dip. Right now, I'm getting. Well, let me not say that joke. Getting beaten up here. So imagine if I sized up right there, right? Let's say I got emotionally frustrated and I sized up from 1,500 to 5K or 3K, 4K or something. Boom, read another. I would have been read another 300 instead of just losing $40 or whatever that was. Yeah, VSEE, at least this one is back up. So this one held up the bear flag. 350 area, 360, 375. But it seems like it might be running into trouble at 375 again, which we did break before. I can't believe the sentiment is so weak these last couple of days. The sentiment is very weak. The last dip, the last dip I took on this one, I wasn't looking to re-average, but maybe I should have. But again, it's not 50-50 kind of like decision. I'm in at like 71. The high was at 90. I knew there's a chance that it could go below 70 to like 65. So I'm like, I'll just hold through 65. I don't mind. I think this is still support. But once we start to get below 64, it's like, yeah, I gotta cut it. Ended up selling 61. Gotta cut it loose. It's like we're pulling back too much based off of where I think support should be. But if in that situation, if I try to re-average, it's always a bit of a tricky thing to do because I could sell at 71 and it doesn't break down, and then it goes to like 78, 79, like right away, and then I'm like not in the trade when I should be. And it kind of sometimes does happen. So in that type of situation, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna hold it against the stop instead of risking, getting out. And there was a churn, like it was fighting at that level, right? It was fighting, but then it broke down. ATNM, how's this one doing? ATNM. I don't mind sizing back up, of course, but whatever stock that comes, it needs to prove to me that it's worth me sizing back up on. It needs to beg me, Relentless Trader, size up, please. 15 dip's gonna work there. Okay, not bad. 32. 38. Okay, okay. LUMN is also back at the highs, by the way. I think I'll watch ATNM though. A candle of the 5 doesn't look great. On the 1 doesn't look great. But will we hold up this previous area? I'm willing to re-average here. Unless it just wants to sell off, then I'll cut it. LUMN. Seeing the tape flying there. Dip and rip. Looks like it came down and then up. And this is the thing, you don't want to watch two at once, but 25 to 05. It's gonna be a false push there for ATNM. LUMN looks like it maybe it's just a sell-off. Yeah, it looks like it's a rejection on the 5. Not great. ATNM, gotta give this one my full attention. False breakout over 23, but the dip here is holding up at 310. No continued push. Come on, come on. And the 1 minute candle make the new high. I think the volume is coming in such a strange way. Can we see the continuation through high of day? It looks like it's a possibility. Come on, try again. Oh, I had a better fill than that. Come on. 22. I thought it was going to be a tighter break below 30. It was a little bigger. Not holding here. 17. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how this does. I'm thinking if it does go sub 10, I'd look to get back in again. Looking at the 5-minute chart. Watching. It's like we're stalling out, but then there's more selling coming. Come on. Alright, there's a bid here. And the bid is being sold through. 11,000 remaining. Brother. No buying. And there's a small seller. No buying. Well, gave it a good shot. E for effort. That is insane. No buying on the dip. We're stalling out. Everything's looking good, but then that buying volume just not coming in. 30,000 share bid 09. No good. No good. Well, that's gonna do it for me. Down 1,400. A little bit more than I would like here. This stock is gonna push me over that 1K level, but all good in the neighborhood. Tomorrow we will be sizing down. Did not come in here expecting a red day at all, but the market had other plans for me, it would seem. And look at how this thing is just still dropping. It's like the halt down is at 57. It's like right here. Definitely don't want to be holding past my stops, but geez. This is insane selling here these last couple of days. So tomorrow we're gonna have to size down, sadly, but we'll have to do what we have to do. Unless it makes sense too, but we're just gonna be small size. This stock is gonna convince me to go back to 1,500, but then it's short-lived. We get the move here through 306, and that was all she wrote. Isn't it crazy though that just 2.5 weeks ago, or was it just a week ago really? Maybe 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago, we're seeing stocks go up from, you know, $5 to $7 in just 30 seconds into the open. And now we're struggling to see stocks go up 20 cents. It's almost like a night and day difference between these hotter days and then the slower market sentiment. But gotta keep it tight. So not gonna force it, not gonna push it. Gonna take the L Take the lesson and hold what I got. Take the lesson and hold what I got. Come back next time. So keep in mind, if you're somebody out there who might be red, who might be having a hard time, do not do the wrong thing, right? Which is to like size up and take even more trades on the setup that's not working. If you do, you'll be at the mercy of the markets. And as we know, the markets are merciless, all right? The markets are merciless. So you got to do all the right things, all the necessary things to ensure your success. Forced into sizing down. Let me upload the trader view here. Export. Actually, I got to do the last couple of days. Trader view. In my dreams last night, I saw a nice sweet green day, man. It's not usually the case that I see that type of thing and then come in here and be red. Let's see. August, we have to import from Thursday of last week. Thursday of last week to today. I didn't import anything so far. Thursday, which was the 1st. And last one, yeah, we did have 31 days. 30 days of September, April, June, and November. The other ones have 31 except February. Actually, no, I guess 30, right? No, 31. Yeah. So 31 days again here in this month. First, okay, we got our date range. Export to file. Save. Import trades. Import file. What I don't need this month to be is similar to the other month where we started down like 10 grand. So tomorrow, a small size. The bad thing with those months is that like you have to like do so much work to get back to green, right? Especially if you're not being super aggressive right away. Because it's like tomorrow you can come in and there's a hot market and it's like you're not where you would want to be mentally or even in your account. So maybe you take it a little easy and you can undercapitalize. So the right thing to do is keep it tight. And then once the light is turned on and they turn on the flames, at this point we've seen this cycle hundreds of times. What do get us red on these days though is that these stocks will, it's almost like a sheep in wolf's clothing or something like that. What's the saying? A wolf in sheep's clothing? A sheep in wolf's clothing? Whatever the saying is. It's like the stocks will start off looking like the usual stocks we would want, but then there's like a little extra selling pressure. 1,700 orders were imported. Read that. We're 0 for 4 here. We're 0 for 4, so time to slow it down. Let's go to single screen. 0 for 4, down 3,200 bucks. Time to slow it down. 2 of the 4 days were a little tighter. Monday and Thursday of last week. But today, okay, a little too much. And you know, it's so crazy because again, I'm standing here, it doesn't feel like I'm down 1,400, but here I am, right? It feels like I took a couple trades, I'm down 500 bucks. I mean, we got caught a couple times. Yeah, but that's how it feels. It feels like I took a couple trades and I'm down 400 or 500 bucks, but it's 1,400. So again, I don't want to force it because then we can quickly like add to the losses. This is one green day for me, so I don't mind, but just like, come on, market. Come on, market. LUMN's pushed back up a little bit. The high is at 425. It's currently around 410 area. ATNM, not much there. It's sold off, consolidating at the lows. VSEE did push through 75 again. We had a high of 95, 93. And then the last one, I think, was a TENX. Yeah, this one is back on the lows. VSEE. Perhaps the last one left standing here. Unless LUMN also gets back closer to the highs. The new 5-minute candle is 2 minutes out. Can it bottom out? Can it bottom out? The SEE right here. It's like that red on the tape is still coming, man. Is it gonna sell all the way off? Still seeing a lot of red. There's a little bit of buying there. So that ended up going to 58. Right now, I'm just kind of watching on, not getting involved here. In the next 10-15 minutes, I'll shut it down. Just gonna hang out for the next, I'm just gonna hang out, and then I'll be out of here. VSEE. VSEE LYT. How did LYT ended up doing? Not too good. LUMN. That one is around 405, kind of just hanging out. I can already see the green. I can already see the green. I'm still looking forward to my first 100K month, which I think is on the horizon. As long as we see the right momentum, the past store will be waiting. AMC, GME, how are those two doing? AMC's up a little bit, just a little bit, not a lot. GME also up a little bit versus yesterday. You know, DJT is an interesting stock to keep an eye on because we know if this guy wins, what's going to happen. But there's always going to be risks, right? There's always going to be risks. From 29 to about 46 in the assassination attempt. Now back down. It's in an interesting place right now. Tesla kind of hanging out around 200. SPY small green today, small green. This next week should be interesting, the next 2 weeks, to see how things kind of play out here. There's been some talks that the Fed might just do an emergency meeting to lower rates, but we'll see. And of course, if that happens, the stocks are going to fly up again. There's like some talks of like the soft landing kind of being messed up, but we'll see how it goes. Soft landing. SMX, which was halted up earlier on the very lows, XPON, similar. VSEE, consolidating at the VWAP. TENX at the lows. LYT, no good. LUMN, not much. This one did uptrend a little bit, but you gotta be watching some of these stocks exclusively, or else you could risk missing the initial breakout. This move here was nice for LUMN, but after that, a little choppy. ATNM, the volume is flatlining here. I think it's possible that it does a red to green, but that volume spike and the hold over 3 would be very important to happen here. VSEE. On. As the street cleaner is coming by. At first I didn't think there was a need for a street cleaner, but I don't know what kind of people live in. Well, I know exactly the. Yeah, so I guess what it is just lack of understanding, which you can use the word ignorance, but the word ignorance does sound like a diss, but it's not really a diss. But just lack of understanding. People are just throwing trash for like I don't get it. But I'm only complaining about this because for the first time in maybe like 5 months, I left my car on the wrong side again. I set some alarms. That day I was out a little later, so the alarm went off wherever I was. And then by the time I came in, I forgot. But I've been in so many neighborhoods where this is just not a thing because people are not just throwing trash everywhere. I grew up and it's just like you're seeing people doing it and you just never think about it. It's so strange that like you're subconsciously doing it and you never really question it. I think I'm like maybe like 9, 10. Then I go on this school trip, and that's one of the things they asked, the class is like if we saw any trash anywhere, and everyone is like no. It's like, can you guys guess why? Everyone is saying there's like high maintenance, a lot of sanitation workers, blah 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 blah, and it's like no, people just are not littering. So if people are not really being taught the right things, and it's just you're driving on the highways, you're seeing people just throwing out their coffee cup, like come on. It's just, how many how many gunshots do I hear? Well, it depends on where you are, right? Exactly where I live, not so many, but there's been incidences, right? But there's places that it's like pretty crazy stuff. Not so far away. But it's the littering thing, it's like, and it really shows you the scale of things when it comes to some problems that we have here in like this society. Or even simple things. SERV lighter volume. Actually no, decent volume here, pushing up over 16. Getting up to $17. This stock has been very, very strong recently, the last 2 weeks. Coming out as a small cap stock, it's rare that you see it continues over days and weeks. Usually it's up one day and back down. So the fact that this is even like holding up this well is it's pretty amazing. Some people do look to play these subtle type of trades like SERV. It's definitely not the hot stock or the main stock, the highest gapper, and none of that. But some people will keep their eyes out. First daily candle to make the new high again after that bigger pullback. It's definitely doing its thing, man. It's not fancy, it's not ultra aggressive, but and some people love this type of price action. RGC, this one's been getting halted up and down, left and right. High risk. VSEE, despite the chop, it's still uptrending. We still have an uptrend here, so some people might want to continue to keep that one on watch as well. Past store, if you're now tuning in, The past star is down 3,200 to start the month. A place that is a little too familiar here. We sometimes get these bigger red days or red streaks sometimes. You know, if we look back just even at the calendar here, May, we had one here, 3 days. June, we were red 3 out of the 4 days on Mondays. April, we had one back here from the 8th to the 10th. They'll happen from time to time. We've definitely gotten better over the years at managing, but from time to time, they'll still get us. So tomorrow we will be sizing down, because what we want generally, if we're going to be red, is the red days get smaller, not bigger. So if the red days get bigger and there's too many of them in a row, it's time to size down and initiate a little bit of a trader rehab, just to ensure that the bleeding is stopped. The month where I was down 8-10,000 to start was like 2 bigger red days, and also seeing like a few red days back to back to back. That Monday, man, that Monday down 3,600. That was a rough Monday. Taking all the beautiful setups that I like, getting blazed. Flying close to the sun and not threading the needle. LUMN is trying at the highs. LUMN is trying at the highs. It's at 416, 425 for high of day. I believe this is the stock with the higher, slightly higher float. But yeah, it's 10:30. I think this is a good place to shut it down. Come back again tomorrow. See, on a day like today, I feel fine mentally. So if something does move up later, let's say 2 p.m., there's like a hot stock out of the blue, you know, if it's good, I for sure wouldn't mind. I'd start off small size first, make sure, you know, everything is what it is, and then size up. But other than that, you know, don't want to force it on anything here, because nothing here has worked. LUMN, unless it takes off here and can really show something, you know. So I'm gonna shut it down and come back next time. And I want people to see that, you know, for those of you out there who are beginner traders, some of you guys who've just signed up to MMU, people who are now starting off in the market, this is how you have to treat your red days, right? You have to be responsible. It's like, you know, coming out of the trading world and coming into real life again, right? And I know I keep saying that like if this is a different realm or something, but the way how I say it like that because money in this space works a little differently. But it's like we have to be responsible adults. You know, you can't just allow the frustration or the, you know, being red to deviate you from your course, to get you off track. The moment you do that, you know, and you're given to any temptation, it can really ruin the week, the month, the year, even in a really bad situation. So you have to do the responsible thing, do the right thing. You know, if a relentless trader can have a red streak and still be disciplined, then for sure the people watching on can do the same thing, right? Do not lose the battle against yourselves, but stay disciplined, be patient, and smile and wait, and know that the opportunities are coming. And when it comes, it's going to allow you to have that dance once again. It'll allow you to have that dance. You guys ever seen Dancing with a Star? Pretty soon we'll be dancing. I'm already dancing in spirit. Just waiting for the P&L to catch itself here. But yeah, hopefully that helps out a few people who might be struggling here. Can't give in to any temptation, but do what's right for longevity. All right. We don't want to just be here for 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, but forever, right? And the way we do that is by making the correct decisions in the moment. So stay safe, stay green. And I'm going to end you guys off on that good note. And break dance. Hey, man, I'm known for having all sorts of style, all right? I can do this. I can do the two-step, if it's a wedding and they want me to do a little ballroom dance, I'm up for anything. Or, on the other flip side of that, break dancing. Easy work, man. Hit that thumbs up. And by the way, check out those, I can't forget, check out the links down below, right? If you guys are interested in Momo Pro, the scanning software here, or the chat room. I know some people do want the chat to be open longer before I start live stream and maybe even after here to kind of just leave the chat going. But remember, we actually have a chat room, a full-on Discord with thousands of people, and it's concentrated. We have like-minded individuals here, and it's a great place to be. I think today could be a good time to jump into the Gen chat as well, and hang out and just have some fun, because it's still early. Yeah, so check out the Discord. I'll post all the links here, and then we'll shut it off. The Relentless trading chat room, even open on the weekends. So we have SERV, VSEE. Those are like the two stocks moving right now. Momo Pro is the scanning software that I use. You guys can check that out as well. Momo Pro, which does have halt levels, especially for those of you who are using Thinkorswim, and you don't know the limit up, limit down. You guys can check out Momo Pro. It does offer that for any stock that's up more than 3% in the last 5 minutes. All right. Other than that, if you want to check out the classes, this link will also be posted. Actually, let me grab this. I'll grab the Momo Pro link right here. Coupon code STATION is still live. If you guys did not know, we're gonna end it at the end of the month. So there's a few more weeks to get involved. And of course, this coupon code covers everything that we have here, from silver all the way to diamond, Tim's archives, Triad's archives. It covers everything. You guys can check those guys out individually if you want, or if you want to have everything, you can check out diamond. It's all up to you and what you're looking for, right? Because some of you guys do really like Tim and Triad, right? And some of you guys say, hey, you want everything. You want to watch myself, Marcelo, and the other two guys. As you know, we upload our archives daily, right? So you can see how we trade with all of our added instruments like level 2 and so forth. Some people still don't know that this is the screen that I'm really looking at every day. It's why the screen on YouTube can always, it'll be out of frame, or sometimes you're just so locked in that you're just not looking away from here. So it has the level 2 and everything. Did I post the other link? Yeah, I did. But yeah, take care, stay safe, stay green, Remember, if you're going all the way till 4 p.m., to not lose composure. Continue to look for the opportunities that you know and love. Even if you have to take a quick break to get your mind right, do all the right things that it takes to be successful. Right? Stay locked in, stay dialed in, and I'll catch you guys in the recap. All right, stay safe, stay green. It's been your favorite YouTuber here, Relentless Trader. Hit that thumbs up. Read today, read the last 2 days, but as you guys see, this is why they call me the most transparent, and this is why people love to watch on, because they know that without a shadow of a doubt, Relentless Trader will show everything. Red, green, in between, it doesn't matter. He shows it all. He's not afraid of the moment. He's not afraid of the public. In fact, he embraces it, and it gives him endless motivation. So even the comments that are pulling strings and joking, from the good comments to the bad comments, all the supporters, I just have such a positive outlook that I utilize everything for motivation here. Everything gives me strength to continue, even the red days. So I'm already smiling and I'm already dancing. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay safe, stay green. Relentless Trader is signing out.